Welcome to the Put on Waivers Media Group, home of the Put on Raiders podcast and the Student Body Right podcast. This is your place for the best breakdowns and the best insight for those who fight on and bleed silver and black. Now, here are your hosts, Dwayne Douglas and Ryan Holmes.
And welcome, everybody, to the glorious episode of the Student Body Rights USC podcast. I'm your host, Dwayne Douglas, and as always, I am podcasting off the beautiful shores of the Pacific Ocean. Beautiful day out here in Southern California. PORSBR is my Twitter handle, so to check me out there. You can also, take that PORSBR and go to activebeblack.com. Great site, jogging pants, activewear, whatever you want for the men and the ladies. Muhammad Ali has they have a Muhammad Ali collection or collab there. They also have one with Allen Iverson. So it's all good. It's all good. So right now it's going to be our quick reaction to the San Jose State USC game. I was there. I was in the stands, kind of near the student section, which was rowdy as heck, but it was all good. I definitely enjoyed their exuberance as far as that goes. So kind of a quick synopsis of the game. Just from I didn't look at any all 22. I didn't look at anything. I've not got a couple stats here with me, and that's about it. So number one, I feel like you can feel in the crowd the angst, the nervousness, the sitting on hands every time the defense takes the field, because they pretty much know, right? I mean, let's just be honest. They know that that's going to be the unit that's going to take them to the mountaintop of the past glory days, the Pete Carroll days, all the stuff like that, or it's going to take them nowhere. And I do feel like it didn't completely show today. I think they're more physical. I think they are a little bit, they physically can look the part. I just think they have to shore up some things in that secondary, shore up some things with tackling still. The tackling wasn't last year's tackling. It was, but there were some missed tackles in this ball game. I think Tackett Curtis is going to be a star. I really do. I think he just played a very smart football game. I was worried about him in coverage, but he played pretty well in coverage when he was asked to. I thought Keon Bars, Bear Alexander, those guys did a decent job as far as just being physical up front. They didn't give up a lot of yards on the ground. Most of the yards, they gave up a big run, 57 yards, which is gonna put the number up high. But you still can't have the other team starting running back just have 6 carries for 108 yards. I mean, that's not good football. And they have to get into this mindset of just playing till the end of the game. And everything matters when you are a Pac-12 team trying to break through the SEC, trying to break through the Big Ten's stranglehold on the college football playoff, because next year it'll be 12 teams. This year it'll be 4 teams. You got to find a way to shut teams down. 14 points in the first half, 7 points in the second half. I said 14 points in the second half, give 28 points overall. They won the game 56 to 28. Caleb Williams, 4 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns by Austin Jones, and the rushing touchdown by Miller Moss. And then, in the return game, like, I know that people don't talk about special teams, but before this, our last episode, we talked about special teams. And I told you about how, Raleek Brown, and I also told you about Zachariah Branch are going to be special in the return game. And if you haven't seen that 96-yard touchdown run by Zachariah Branch, go pause my show, open up a new browser, and then go watch that, and then come right back. I mean, it was special. It's special. I mean, the guy really I know that, people don't, I don't usually, it's hyperbole to go ahead and just like compare him to a pro, but he reminds me of Tyreek Hill. I mean, that's the kind of explosiveness that Zachariah Branch has in his ability. He just is that good in the open field. I think he had a receiving touchdown as well in the ball game. Looking over here, yeah, he had a receiving touchdown in the ball game as well. What they had USC had 12 receivers caught passes for them. But it's hard because like the defense is there's times where they're just gonna score fast and you got to get back on the field. But in this drive chart was weird because it was either like a 3-and-out or they gave up a touchdown. So now when they play Nevada next week, I want to see their field goal kicker come out. Like, everything. I mean, they gave a touchdown at the end of the half, miscommunication in the secondary. Didn't love that. I know. Overseer, right? They had a touchdown. That was a great diving catch. I just, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's 3rd and 22 on one of their drives, on one of their touchdown drives. Everybody's playing. You're playing man coverage on 3rd and 22, and then what happens is, the quarterback who has a dual threat ability gets a 25-yard run on 3rd and 22. Like you have to clean. I mean, that can't be winning football for them. They're not going to get judged on beating San Jose State. They're going to get judged on beating some of these big time programs. I think they're headed in the right direction defensively. I like Jaleel Muhammad is going to be a beast off the edge. I like him a lot. I did like Bear Alexander and Solomon Bird. So now you see Solomon Bird now not have to be um the main guy. He can play off of Solomon Bird. He can play off Anthony Lucas. He can play off of those guys. That's what's the cool thing about when you have top tier guys, and now your role players don't have to be superstars. Your role players don't have to be superstars, so that's really cool. As far as that goes, but like we'll see. It's a work in progress. We'll have to keep going. I'm gonna probably try to go back. I won't go to the. I won't go to the Nevada game. I'll go to the Stanford game, and I just want to kind of want to see how they just. I want to see if they can just improve every week, because I gotta, if I'm seeing the same thing, then I'm gonna say that they might have the two or three losses that that they don't want to have because they want to play for a national championship. They do need to get better on communication, which I thought should have been cleaner. Especially on the end of the half, 12 seconds left, they're in plus territory. They're gonna go deep. Like, I mean, they're gonna take at least one shot, and to not have that cleaned up, that was kind of weird. That to give up a touchdown in that situation, just a complete blown coverage. And then I just didn't like some of the run fits at times in this game. Conley did have a huge run. Had a huge run in this game. They gave up a 57-yard run for a run. They gave up a 28-yard run, and they also gave up another 20-yard run. So that's not. I mean, that's not great football there. Also, I didn't like the fact that defense didn't force a turnover today. I know they're playing a veteran quarterback who doesn't didn't turn the ball over. He was running plenty. They almost got a strip sack from Jaleel Muhammad, but I would like to see them. I know they had so many turnovers last year, but I like to see at least one or two going their way, because USC is not a turnover frenzied team. They don't turn the ball over a lot at all. So if you can get one or two, then you can get off the field and also give the Trojans the Trojan offense the football one more time. So, Student Body Right USC podcast, Dwayne Douglas here. We're talking about the kind of a quick, just instant. I didn't break anything down. I'm just coming right from the game. I just parked my car and I'm in my little mini studio trying to give you some information about the game for those who were watching it on TV last year, Pac-12 Network. Thank you for that. As far as that goes, just kind of a quick rundown on the running backs. Austin Jones is fine. Marshawn Lloyd has that bowling ball ability where he just roll. He can just get really low and just and bowl you over. A lot of missed tackles coming your way in the future. If you try to catch him, if you try to get him, Quentin Joyner, love that kid. Has a lot of make you miss. So a lot of variety in this backfield, if you will. And we all know the Darwin Barlow, when he comes in, he's going to run you over like a freight train. So you have that. Taj Gibson on kind of a broken play, touchdown, 76 yards for TD. A really great open field play to get a touchdown for Zachariah Branch. And then Deuce Robinson got involved. He had 3 catches. Let's see here. Brendan Rice had 1 catch for 12 yards, a screen pass, just a great job there. And then Dorian Singer had the first touchdown of the season for the Trojans on that first drive, if you will. And of course, Caleb Williams usually plays a pretty clean game, no turnovers as far as that goes. But Jalen Smith, 8 tackles, led the team in tackles. Then you had tackles for loss by Mason Cobb, Sierra Wright, Anthony Lucas, who flashed today, and then Max Williams. And then you had 1 sack total, and it was a half sack split between Bird and Bear. So Solomon Bird and then Bear Alexander kind of did their thing there as far as that goes. I did see a couple of mixed tackles by Eric Gentry today, which gotta get cleaned up and everything like that. The plays are there, so I'm not gonna kill Alex Grinch today because I feel like the plays were there. I thought the end of the half was to me that was a situation where you had to really force him to kick a field goal there. That's not good football for you to give a touchdown there. I'm not gonna kill him today. It is what it is. I thought they were okay today. I think they're still learning. I think they're a little over anxious, those things like that. We're not going to take excuses on the show. I just didn't think it was a great performance defensively. They have a lot of improvements to go. They play, even the quarterback from San Jose State, they play a lot of good quarterbacks, a lot of veteran quarterbacks who've seen a lot of snaps in this season. So they have to be precise what they do defensively. Otherwise they're going to end up giving up 28 points, 30 points. This game really should have been, a 56 to 13 game. It really should have been. It really should have been that, but it wasn't. So I will go I'll say good night because I'm going to bed. Late night, long drive back from Los Angeles. But I'm gonna go and tomorrow when I get a chance to go through everything, Evan Desai and I will come up and have a show and kind of recap the game and kind of look forward to tell you what's going to go happen with Nevada coming up next week. All right. Student Body Right, USC podcast. Fight on, Trojan family. You know how it goes.